I went in with this. I used some sort of specialty sanding paper, really high grit, like 2,500. Really, though, the difference was made by the Simichrome that I used. So it isn't perfect, but it looks a heck of a lot better. Probably not something anybody's going to notice. I will mention if I want to keep sanding and keep polishing, I probably could get it darn near perfect, but I'm okay with this right now. So the next challenge is going to be getting this on the clock when the clock, we don't have the tabs to attach it to the front plate. So this is the method that I'm talking about. Is this a great method? Is this a cool method? No. Would I rather that I be able to, take some stock and cut it the right size and somehow attach it to the bezel? Yes. But this will work. If you got one clock and you want the bezel to hold the lens on there and you don't have $1,000,000. So the first thing, I got this from Walmart. This is what it looked like. Aluminum foil tape, HVAC, metal repair. And I use millimeters just because it's easier. And I cut 20 millimeters off the end and then cut strips 5 millimeters wide. So each of these tabs right here is about 5 millimeters wide. And then using millimeters just makes it easier. So I cut these strips 5 millimeters wide. Then what I did is I cut these into these pieces, which are 13 millimeters long. Okay. The next thing that I did, and this is something that I found is a good precaution. I took some lacquer thinner on a Q-tip and I cleaned the inside of this because this is tape. And if there's any kind of grease or grime in there, a tape might not want to stick to it, and that defeats the whole purpose. So I wipe it with lacquer thinner. But the first thing that I'm going to do, I've already done these three. I'm just going to show you this one so you don't have to sit there and watch me do all of them. I'm going to take one of these strips that are 13 millimeters long by 5 millimeters wide, and I'm going to separate the backing. A pair of tweezers, by the way, I find really helpful in doing this. So once I've got the backing off and I've got the glue side, I'm going to attach it where the old tab was, where it's been broken off. And I'm going to take it and put it right where that old tab was and bring it all the way down like that, and then push it down. Okay. So the inside of this tape is, the sticky side is grabbing the inside of the bezel. Next step is I'm going to take another one of these tabs, which is 13 millimeters long, 5 millimeters wide. I'm going to take the backing off of it. And the tweezers help with getting the backing off, but they also help in pressing the tape to the bezel. Once this tape is on there and the clock is operational, there should be a certain amount of heat generated, which will activate this glue so that it doesn't go anywhere. But when it's cold like this, there's a possibility it'll just slip off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this one and I'm going to flip it over. Now this is the sticky side of the tape, and on this piece, this is the sticky side. So I'm going to put sticky side to sticky side all the way down to where the bezel is. And now what I have is I have these 4 tabs that have a little bit of sticky side on each one. So I can take my clock and I can put the lens on, and then I want to look and line it up. Look at the side and line it up with the notch there on the front plate, and then hold the whole thing together, flip it upside down, and then just roll the tape like that. And like I said, hey, is this the best way to do it? I doubt it. Do other people have better ways of doing this? I'm sure they do. If you do, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But what I've just done is I've attached that bezel to the clock face. It's not going to go anywhere. It's on there as good as it's going to need to be, and I won't have anything to interfere when I put the clock back into the case. And I'll also have a situation where you can't tell how that's been done. You can use this silver foil for a brass bezel like this, because you won't see the tabs once you put it back in there. But that's going to hold in there, and nobody's going to be able to tell that I used tape instead of the original metal tabs. And that's my poor man's solution to the busted tabs on the bezels.